Breaking down Keep Me Company, Part 5, Drug-Free School Zone. So now we get into why Allende at the March as a concept and everything I'm saying and why it exists, right? All of my albums play like books in the sense of song 4 leads into song 5, leads into song 6. Chapter 4 goes to chapter 5 to chapter 6. That's the way it plays out. So the reasons why it was harder for me to hit that same mission at the same time as an Allende with his brilliance at such a young age, with us being the same age, is because of everything I'm about to tell you in Drug-Free School Zone. So the signs around my park said Drug-Free School Zone. Used to catch a tag on them signs until they removed those. Boom, off rip, I'm telling you what the neighborhood was like, what the school system was like, what the parks was like in the neighborhood before they changed them. Used to catch a tag on them signs until they removed those. When they removed those signs, it didn't have to say Drug-Free School Zone anymore because that wasn't the neighborhood anymore, right? Gentrification came in, so now it's a whole different school, a whole different clientele of people that live in the neighborhood, go to the park, go to the schools, etc. Signs around my park said Drug-Free School Zone. Used to catch a tag on them signs until they removed those. Bodega rapper with a view like I was Sissy son. Couple neighbors that'll slide through and let the blicky dump. Trying to reform only proves what they was giving up. I'm from a block away from where Biggie from. Okay, cool, let's stop it right there. Bodega rapper, corner store rapper. I've talked about the corner store to Bodega throughout my entire career. With a view like I was Sissy son, talking about Saint, talking about Franklin, right? With a view like if I was Franklin, where I grew up this way, I know how to play in this world as well, and I want more. I'm intelligent. Some say I'm wiser beyond my years. I'm really intelligent. I went to certain schools that weren't in my neighborhood, just like Saint. Talked about all that in the past. So, Bodega rapper with a view like I was Sissy son, talking about Sissy Saint. Couple neighbors that'll slide through and let the blicky dump, meaning the people I live next door to are the people that'll go out there and get active, right? Trying to reform only proves what they was giving up. Trying to reform those neighbors, those next door neighbors, trying to reform them and change their ways only proves what they was giving up, only proves what they had to let go if they would have listened to you, right? Like if they were to try to reform, it only adds to the point of why they shouldn't do that because of what could come with it. In their minds are, I can't change who I am because things will happen. I can't let my guard down and not be who I am and not know what I know because I won't survive, I won't make it. Trying to reform only proves what they was giving up. I'm from a block away from where Biggie from. Yo soundtrack was the shit I heard every night in real time. But we Columbia jacket tough, baby, we built fine. So I always tell people when you hear Ready to Die, that was about the neighborhood, about my neighborhood. So I always say, yo, there was an actual album about my entire neighborhood before I had a chance to do similar things myself. Because of Big, right? Ready to Die, St. James. So it's like, you know, but we Columbia jacket tough, baby. We built fine. If you know Columbia jackets in the era and the aura of that, that's that same era, 94, 95, 96. We Columbia jacket tough, baby. We built fine. My footprints on the soapbox trying to rebuild pride. So now I'm saying, if you look at the soapbox, when they say, oh, you standing on your soapbox and giving a speech, oh, you on your soapbox talking, you know, they usually looked at it as a negative connotation. My footprints is on that soapbox of trying to change this whole world that I'm talking about, trying to change this environment that I'm saying built that soundtrack that Big spoke on, right? Like this neighborhood that we all from and this energy that kind of goes beyond the neighborhood, but everywhere in urban America, the soapbox that you got to stand on to try to change that. This is where my Black Panther and Pride stuff comes in. The soapbox you got to stand on to do all that and give that speech and that sermon. My footprints is on that. So there's proof that I've been trying to do that. My footprints on the soapbox trying to rebuild pride. So regardless of who purchased my stoop, that's still mine. Meaning, regardless of who moves into my old crib, regardless of who moves into the neighborhood, regardless of gentrification, that's still home for me, whether I live there or not. That's still mine. Live from the side of the fence that was out of bounds. You go to the park, play ball, the fence is out of bounds. The ball hit the fence, that's out of bounds. We all know that. Live from that side of the fence. Right now I'm talking about the park. Live from the side of the fence that was out of bounds. And a scene out of Fresh is more than you might allow. You know the movie Fresh. Fresh and Chucky was hanging out on the fence when Curtis was playing ball and the girl walked through and everything was starting to happen and all that tragedy was coming. That was the park. Live from the side of the fence that was out of bounds, and a scene out of Fresh is more than you might allow. You busted dope moves, I'm more with the quiet downs. Hey, talking about Chucky, yo, I bust those dope moves. You busted dope moves, I'm more with the quiet downs. It's funny what your day in the park just might have found. Now I'm talking about Fresh and that whole scene. And I always resonated with that because when that movie came out, it was at 94, I was 11, 12. That was us. Like, that was us in the park, you know? That was a regular day at the park, minus, you know, that tragedy that happened. But that energy was always around. And if you're from New York and you grew up in the parks in that time, in that era, you know what it was in the park. So it's funny what your day in the park just might have found, you know? Loyalty attached to what you leave from the store would. If you never seen a rose, then leaves look gorgeous, right? Loyalty is attached to what you leave from the store. When you go to the store just to get a bag of chips, just to get whatever, you learn certain morale. You learn certain codes and aesthetics just from going to the store by overhearing this, that, and the third, overhearing conversations. If you never seen a rose, then leaves look gorgeous, right? So if you're in your neighborhood, if your neighborhood doesn't have roses coming out of the ground and that's not the pretty neighborhood you live in, all you see is leaves. Leaves look gorgeous. You're like, yo, all you know is what you know. Simple math, and my integrity is giving back, knowing every risk and reward that's never been attached, right? The risk and the reward of this, there's a risk and there's a reward. The integrity that's never been attached. Honor never comes with a sticker price. Learned to standing by, trying to hear what the vision like, right? Like, you can't buy honor. You're not supposed to be able to buy honor. You're not supposed to be able to buy that. It's not supposed to be for sale. Sadly, sometimes it is. But honor, integrity, dignity, standing on it, that's not supposed to be for sale at all. So honor never comes with a sticker price, meaning it's never for sale. Or it shouldn't be. Let's mark that. Learn to standing by, trying to hear what the vision like. You go to the park and play ball, same way you just go into the store, you hearing certain things from the guys around that don't even know that you're in earshot. Guys are standing around XYZ, they don't even realize that you, as a 11, 12-year-old kid, that you are in earshot of that. And you're learning all this stuff just from hearing it. Learn to standing by, trying to hear what the vision like. I can hear what their vision is like. They got a vision of what they trying to do or who they trying to be, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. And I can hear that vision. I can hear the vision they have just from standing by shooting jumpers all day. Called it extra credit, right? That's like going to school. So that's like extra credit. It's extra. You learning that on the side when you wasn't even there for that. In front of the class like you expected. Trey with an Africa map and a loaded question, talking about Trey from Boys in the Hood when he was in the front of the class and there was a map, Africa, and he was like, all right, everybody know what this place is? That's Africa, I know that. And he started talking about it, the body of the first man. Trey with an Africa map and a loaded question, like that was a loaded question, right? Everybody know what this place is? That's Africa, yeah, but do you know that's where the body of the first man was found? Body of the first man, everybody from it, following it firsthand. Check you if you dub it. The same way he checked money for dubbing it. Like, yo, I ain't from Africa, and you from Africa, African booty scratch. He checked them, yo, like it or not, you from Africa, you know? So now I'm using all that. Check you if you dub it. Truthfully, you know what I'm on soon as I hit the gate. Beef and broccoli, Tim's, chicken and broccoli dinner plate. My palate like my agenda, it all been the same. Amy Leon Dore fit me like I'm a middleweight. So what I'm saying there, I'm still me. Truthfully, you know what I'm on soon as I hit the gate. Soon as I get where I'm at, soon as I get home, you know what I'm on. I got on a pair of beef and broccoli Tim's, most likely. I'm ordering chicken and broccoli from the Chinese spot. I'm still me, the same way I've been forever. Truthfully, you know what I'm on as soon as I hit the gate. Beef and broccoli Tim's, chicken and broccoli dinner plate. My palate is like my agenda. It all been the same. No matter who I am, my palate didn't change, right? It all been the same. Amy Leon Dore fit me like I'm a middleweight. Amy Leon Dore, you know, luxury clothing line. And now it's a little bit of fly talk in there and putting value on that. The same kid who was talking about Million Man March and all that puts value on a $300 Amy Leon Dore polo, right? Like, that's what it is, you know? It's how I grew up. Again, that juxtaposition, this and this and this, right? Prince on the lobby, prints on the marquee, prints on your idol, the same prints on my Sharpie. So my fingerprints on the lobby, fingerprints on the marquee. So now I'm rhyming now, I'm running around, my name on the marquee, prints on the lobby, prints on the marquee, prints on your idol, the same prints on my Sharpie. The prints on the fingerprints on your idol are the same prints on my Sharpie, meaning that's me. I'm behind that right now. I'm talking about the ghostwriting stuff. I'm talking about my influence on certain heads that are coming up, and the idols that you have, my fingerprints is all on that one way or another, right? Prints on the lobby, prints on the marquee, prints on your idol, the same prints on my Sharpie. Me catching a tag, fiends catching a drag, us both catching a high, while the DTs is dressed in a cab. And I'm just painting this whole scene, you know? Drug-free school zone.